Chapter 1. Another Day. Day 1. 0530 hours. The station's hum woke me before the alarm. Air recyclers breathing in rhythm. Conduits carrying their quiet current. The bone song of processors 3 decks below. Out here, routine is life support. Routine is sanity. I lay still, counting beats, making sure the world still held together. Command calls this a cushy posting, and maybe they're right. After Kandahar, 6 months of silence and structure feels like a vacation. Nothing explodes here unless we tell it to. The quiet is welcome, needed. Coffee next. Always coffee. Bare feet on cold deck, the machine coughing to life. Rich earth beans hissing into a dark stream. One indulgence command permitted. Nick gave me the mug my first week. Ceramic with cartoon planets stamped Universe's best boss. I'd protested. Secretly, I treasure it. I face the scatter of stars, both hands wrapped around warmth and steam. For the ones who didn't make it home, I murmured. Same words every morning for 3 years. Someone has to remember. Then the plants, 5 succulents lined along their rationed soil, leave stubborn and plump. Private names in my head, never allowed. The jade wanted water. The barrel cactus was perfect. The desert rose, taller than yesterday, proof that life endures when you fight for it. Tony had labeled them with our names as a joke. We'll see who keeps theirs alive. 0700. Uniform on, boots tight, reviewing night reports. Power draw is steady, life support green. External comms intact. EM grid flagged fluctuations at 0300. Sandy's territory. I logged it for her. By 0800, they gathered. Tony first, tool belt clanking, mug of contraband brew steaming. Morning, boss. How's the Empire holding? Stable, I told him. His grin was all mischief. Unlucky Station 13, he called it. Thames followed, med kit slung over his shoulder, voice precise as always. Better than 14. That's just dull. Tony clutched his chest, feigning a wound. Thames allowed a thin smile. Sandy arrived on the hour, pad in hand, eyes elsewhere. Anomalous readings at 0300, she noted. Nick last, breathless, hair untidy. Sorry, calibrating the array. Always eager, always apologizing. Assignments. Tony, diagnose Camera 7's glitch. Thames, schedule light evals. Sandy, log the EM variations. Nick, comm sweep, confirm line back home. He was already ahead, showing me Sarah's painting on his tablet, a landscape in dusk colors. Thames praised her eye. Nick flushed, deferential. I cut him off gently, after the shift. They nodded, voices overlapping, each to their task. Good people. My responsibility. My family. For now. Day 1. 1200 hours. Walkthrough. The cameras are clean, although lens 8 needs dusting. Pantry checked. Tony is already angling for extra rations. Denied. Sandy plotted survey grids. Neat lines soothing to both of us. Thames scheduled his wellness checks. Nick rerouted a comms light so it pulsed instead of blinked. Calmer, he said. He was right. Tony's aloe thrived indecently, swollen and overwatered despite his protests. He named it Sergeant. I told him it wouldn't last. He laughed. Day 1, 1800 hours. Dinner was quiet, not tense, just measuring. Each of us offered something personal to anchor ourselves here. I began with a toast for the ones who didn't make it home. They echoed it, mugs clinking, coffee only. Tame showed sketches of his hometown, neat and deliberate. Sandy admitted her niece loves stories where nothing bad happens. Tony blasted 3 seconds of music before cutting it off with a grin. Nick laid his photo album open on the table, letting us page through his life. He watched our faces while we looked. They're finding their rituals. I'm keeping mine. Afterward, I watered the plants again. Equal measure. Except Tony. He snuck extra. I saw. The shelf stood like a squad in formation. Sergeant at the front. The number stenciled bold on the bulkhead. 13. Tony joked it was unlucky. I told him luck doesn't matter out here. He asked if we could make it lucky. Maybe we can. Day 1, 2300 hours. Night rounds. Logged the quiet. Recycler thrum. Comms transformer burr. Tick in corridor D when the exchanger cycles. Knowing the rhythm steadies me. Camera 12 flickered at 22/2100. Probably Nick's modified light. Logged it anyway. Kept the feed open on my tablet. Procedure. Camera 7. Though, that shadow. Too straight, too quick. I noted it for Tony. Stylus biting harder than needed. Whatever it was, it had been there. Frame by frame, the shadow persisted. My skin prickled. I told myself it was nothing, but it followed me into the corridors, behind crew voices, in the reflection of porthole glass. My rounds, level 1 secure, level 2 secure, boots ringing on deck, echoes too much like patrols in another desert. The bone song deepened for a half a second, became mortar rounds whistling. I stopped, throat tight, hand to bulkhead. The corridor shadow twitched like an insurgent shifting in the dust. Blinked hard. Metal walls, just metal walls. Counted 4. Reset my breathing. Moved on. By evening, systems steady. EM logs routine. Crew healthy. Comms clear. Afterward, the desert rose taller still. Another good day, I told them. Family safe. But even as I spoke, I kept glancing at the wall monitors, waiting for another flicker. Before bunk, one more scan. 13 cameras alive, 5 broken. Corridors empty. Quarters still. All quiet. Boots off. Muscles unknotted. My eyes closed on the words I speak every night. Station secure. All quiet. Holding the line. The screens behind me flickered. Camera 7 stuttered once. The EM grid logged a pulse of 23.7 hertz, lasting 3 seconds. A harsh, static burst, like the chatter before ambushes in Kandahar. Radio spitting 23.7 hertz. I didn't hear it now, didn't see it, but something stirred in me. Restless as sleep pulled me under.